I might have like lost my shit, came in my pants, had a heart attack, and fucking died all at the same time.
Facts are tracks, but gonna break some vinyl down from the front to the back with facts on tracks. Showtime. Back like a bad case of herpes. Welcome to Breaking Vinyl. I'm your host, Des, a.k.a. Johnny Fever. And as always, I'm joined by my three degenerate co-hosts. First up, the podcaster, coming through in high fidelity, Evil Ed.
I'm pretty mad at you, Des.
Okay, you can tell us why later. And the podcaster playing the deep cuts, Dangerous Dave.
Hey, what's up, New Jersey?
Nice. And last but not least, the podcaster with a degree in rock and roll, Beaconstein.
Hey,
Okay, nothing changes. Okay, I thought that 3 weeks at Trembling Hills might have done some good for you, but apparently not. Okay. As always, the mission of this show is for us to introduce each other and you, the listeners, to albums and bands which you may never have heard before, while also discussing the classics. And on occasion, we will ruthlessly insult each other's musical taste. So sit back and enjoy the show. All right, guys, before we get started, I would like to welcome our new listeners in the great country of Finland and the great country of Denmark, known for their hot chocolate. I don't know.
All right,
Maybe.
welcome.
I don't know if that's a fact. Probably not.
Just make them up.
Isn't
Yeah.
King Diamond from Denmark?
Yeah, known for King Diamond. There you go. Fuck the hot
Nice.
chocolate. Fuck the hot chocolate. I think that's actually the Swiss Alps where you get the hot chocolate from. Tonight, we will be discussing New Jersey, the fourth studio album by Bon Jovi, produced by Bruce Fairbairn, released on September 19th of 1988 by Mercury Records. In North America, Vertigo Records. Right? Did I get that right? Or worldwide? No, okay, sorry. Mercury
Yes.
Records in North America, Vertigo Records worldwide. The album peaked at the number one spot on the Billboard 200. The band's lineup was as follows: Bon Jovi, vocals, acoustic rhythm guitar, and harmonica. Richie Sambora, harmony and backing vocals, electric and acoustic guitars, and the mighty mandolin. Okay. Alec John Such, backing vocals and bass. This is weird. This is one of those Mandela effect things. I thought that Tico Torres was the bass player for some reason.
Nope, he was a drummer.
That is so weird. I mean, I'm talking about until the minute I did the write-up for this, I would have bet my house it was Tico Torres. Speaking of Tico Torres, the Hitman, he played drums, percussion, and backing vocals. And, oh man, this guy is such a goon. Dave Bryan, backing vocals and keyboards. Never liked him. Always thought he was a goon. Always overplays and has the worst fucking keyboard sounds. Just like
Super nice guy, though.
I'm sure. Super gay. Okay. Right back to being
Wow.
politically incorrect, as always. I hope you're all happy. Let's do some quick facts on this one. I've just got one. The initial working title of the album was Sons of Beaches. Holy shit, that is fucking terrible. I'm so glad they didn't go with it. They ended up scrapping the name as they felt it was too close to Slippery When Wet. I don't really see the super close correlation, but I am glad that they opted not to go with Sons of Beaches because it is just bad. It's bad. Dave, what do you got on this one?
Yes, the album was named, of course, after the band's home state of New Jersey.
Yep.
And the Sons of Beaches title was sort of supposed to be reminiscent of the Slippery When Wet album, but they decided against it because it was just a little bit too cheesy. They did want to do it as a double album, which the record company immediately shot down. This album produced 5 Billboard Billboard Hot 100 top 10 hits, the most top 10 hits to date for any glam metal album, including Bad Medicine and I'll Be There For You, which both reached number 1.
Nice. But Dave, so I had read that they had 30 songs ready for this album. Is that why they wanted to do a double album?
Yes. Yeah, it
Okay.
was something like that, 30, 32, somewhere around there that
Okay.
they had gotten ready to go, and not all of them were good enough to make the cut. This album was released by the Soviet state-owned record label Melodia, being the first American album to be officially released in the USSR, the former Russia. And finally, current Bon Jovi bassist Hugh McDonald is rumored to have been the actual bass player on this album, while Alec Jean Such was the guy in the videos and on tour. This was seemingly confirmed by the recent Hulu documentary, Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi story.
Interesting. Dave, you know what's weird? I was watching YouTube and this video popped up with some guy I didn't recognize. And the video was titled, How Did I End Up Playing Guitar on Bon Jovi's First Hit Single, which I think was
that's
Runaway?
Tim. I forget his last name.
Yeah.
He was the guitar player on Runaway. Yep.
Yeah. And he actually
I
plays
subscribe to his videos.
Yeah, he plays the solo in the video along with it. And it's fucking awesome. And he tells the story about how, he was recording with Rick Springfield in the studio in Jersey, and Bon Jovi was living in the apartment above the studio, and he was actually the janitor. And he was sneaking in and just trying to learn what he could about recording. And he had asked the guy, if I ever do a demo, would you come back from California and play on it? And he said, yeah, sure, absolutely. And the rest is history. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Dave, would you like to give a shout out to that closed record store in New Jersey one more time?
Oh, yeah. Vintage Vinyl, Ford's, New Jersey.
Nice. I'm going to have some t-shirts made up.
All right.
Yeah. So bear with me. I've elevated from taking gummies to taking acid. I took a double-sided hit of water before the show.
Wow. Sweet.
No.
I'm joking.
All right.
Ed, what do you got on this one?
I would not be surprised if he did that, Des. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this was the first time Bon Jovi worked with outside writers Desmond Child, Diane Warren, and Holly Knight.
Interesting.
Because they didn't have the You Give Love a Bad Name on the new record written. So they worked with them, and lo and behold, boom. The tour for this album was titled Jersey Syndicate Tour, and the band played 237 shows over a 2-year span. The band only took a month off after touring the Slippery When Wet album and started writing for this album. So they ended the Slippery When Wet tour on October 17th, 1987, and hit the road on the Jersey Syndicate Tour October 31st, 1988.
That's why Bon Jovi can't sing anymore. He fucking blew it out.
But yeah, so it's impressive, their work ethic, but I highly recommend watching that documentary because it was awesome. It revealed enough that I was like, okay, they're fairly honest about a lot of the stuff. So I enjoyed it. Did you see
how many episodes, Ed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 4.
4? Okay.
I watched a YouTube video
the first one
last night where Bon Jovi takes you through his fucking a closet in his house, and he's showing you all these old clothes he wore back in the day. He's like, I wore this jacket on this show and this scarf on. And he's like, ooh, this one smells like mold. And I was like, God, he's such an old lady now. It's so funny.
Ew.
Holy shit. He's an awkward dude, kind of a little bit of an awkward dude, but we'll get to it. Fee, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, because you're completely normal. So,
Calling the kettle black or whatever that saying is, right? Okay.
No, I was kind of fascinated by some of the facts of how popular this album was worldwide. Because a lot of the times we talk about a lot of these glam bands being popular in Japan or something like that, but not these guys. I mean, this one debuted at number 1 in Canada, the UK, Switzerland, Sweden, New Zealand, all over the place, How incredible is that? And and I love it. I love it. One thing that I don't know why I didn't know this, but John's and Richie's nicknames are Captain Kidd and the King of Swing.
Oh,
Yep.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't fucking get
Yikes.
it.
Back in the
Yeah,
day,
it's a
yeah.
little right.
it's not good.
But yeah, and then I was and Ed, you had brought this up with writing with Desmond Child. I was kind of surprised. We said that name a lot on this podcast, and I always thought Bon Jovi just did his own thing. Like him and Richie kind of did their thing and, wrote all these tunes. And then to hear Desmond Child involved with like Bad Medicine and Born to Be My Baby, which are two of my favorite tracks on this album. So, and all-time favorite Bon Jovi tracks, as a matter of fact. But yeah, good stuff. Either way, this was, Ed, thanks for bringing this one instead of Slippery, because I had kind of forgotten about this a little bit.
Young Guns, my favorite Bon Jovi song of all times. It can't be touched by any others. I know it wasn't the band, but it's my favorite Bon Jovi song. It's really good. Fuck, man. Bon Jovi was so gay in the day. I just didn't like him. Let's do some opening thoughts. So, right there, I wasn't a big Bon Jovi fan back in the day. Yeah, no, I wasn't a Bon Jovi fan back in the day. I hated him because, back in the day, you were either like, Team Motley Crue or Team Bon Jovi. Like, that's just the way it was. They were too stonewashed and clean and just goofy for my taste. But as time has gone on, I have learned to appreciate Bon Jovi for the songwriter he is, and more so for the actor he is. Because, I mean, as you guys know, I do a movie podcast, and, I did U571, which he was in, and I've seen him in a couple of movies, and Bon Jovi is actually a better actor than he is a singer. Like, he's got it, man. Like, when he's on screen, you can't tell him apart from like a Matthew McConaughey. This guy can like legitimately throw down on the big screen. So yeah, so I'm not super familiar with this album, but I am familiar with the big, I don't know, 4 or 5, whatever it is. There's a lot, but there's a big 5. But unfortunately, there's 12 songs on this album, and 7 of them are not as good as the big 5. So we'll get to it.
I so disagree.
Oh boy, yikes! This is a tale of two cities. Dave, opening thoughts.
Yes, I bought this on cassette when it came out. I probably still have
Where?
it somewhere.
Where?
It may have been at Sam Goody's. It may have been at the down the shore at Seaside Heights. One at the casino game.
Okay.
Yes.
The game.
But this was the soundtrack to high school for me, practically in Bon Jovi HQ, Central New Jersey. I attended the same high school that Richie Sambora graduated from. That's Woodbridge High. They named a street in front of the school after him in 2009. It's Richie Sambora Way. Thank you very much.
Nice.
It was also like 2 towns over from Saraville, where John was from. And I had been a fan since they broke big with the Slippery album. But back then, there was not much local connection. They were already too big. I got the record, watched the videos on MTV, just like many other kids everywhere else. However, you could walk into the Rio Diner at the top of Main Street. This is inside shit for New Jersey people. And I'd see the signed pictures on the wall, the owner with John Bon Jovi. And I'm pretty sure I saw Tico Torres in the Menlo Park Mall one time, but he was talking to some girls and I didn't want to bother him. So, yeah, I've been listening to this since it came out.
Dave, are you still hoping to get your own street in New Jersey someday?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, Ed, talk about Bon Jovi. I mean, you were in an Offspring type band that was so much like Bon Jovi that your singer was actually could be hired to show up and
Yes,
be a
he was
Bon
Jovi impersonator.
Yes, he was, and a very good one. Yeah,
He was.
yes. Scott was awesome.
He was. Oh God, great guy. God rest his soul.
Oh, God.
Yeah, God, this album was, like Dave said, it was a soundtrack to everyone my age, our age, high school, junior high, wherever you were, because it was just everywhere. I mean, it was even painted on the mirrors that you would win at the fairs.
Oh, yeah. Carnival mirrors.
Carnival mirrors with all the bands, yes. But actually, this was the first concert I actually saw. And oh my God, did it set the bar high for every concert I would see after it. It was, they were just really, really amazing band. I loved it. Loved it. Can't get enough of Bon Jovi.
Fee, what was your first concert?
Mine,
Yeah.
Motley Crue, Worcester Centrum. Yeah.
And Dave?
Van Halen for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge Tour, 92.
Nice.
Pound cake, yeah.
Yeah, first show I ever saw was Striper and Mass at the Channel. That was the first actual show I saw. But my first concert was Wasp, Zodiac, Mind Warp, and Except at the Orpheum.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my
Actually, I
mom
lied.
took
This was my second concert. My first concert was Def Leppard Hysteria.
Oh, misinformation. Thank you.
A great one. Coming from the guy who just makes up facts on the spot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Every week, both shows. Okay, let's do a quick Fast Five, then we'll get into it. Fast Five this week is going to be album versus album. And the two albums are going to be Slippery When Wet versus New Jersey. Here we go. Number 1, Living on a Prayer or Lay Your Hands on Me. Dave, what song is better?
Living on a Prayer for sure.
Ed.
It's tough for me because Lay Your Hands on Me is an unbelievable show opener. But Living on a Prayer is a great show closer.
Perfect.
Yeah, gotta be Living on a Prayer.
And Fee.
Yeah, this isn't fair. These songs should not be paired together, but
they're perfect
gotta be
pairing.
Living on a Prayer.
And the correct answer is Living on a Prayer. Number 2, Never Say Goodbye or I'll Be There for You. Dave, which song is better?
Never Say Goodbye.
And Ed.
Never Say Goodbye.
And Fee.
Yeah, Never Say Goodbye.
Correct answer is Never Say Goodbye. You see where I'm going here, right, guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Number 3, Wanted Dead or Alive or Bad Medicine. Dave, which song is better?
Wanted Dead or Alive.
Ed, which one's better?
Why would you put Wanted Dead or Alive against Bad Medicine?
I had to try
of
and
course
put
it's
hits against hits. I was putting hits against hits, trying to keep in the same genre of songs.
Yeah, Wanted. I already,
Wanted. Fee. Sorry,
Yeah.
Fee.
Oh, Wanted. Yep.
Okay, the correct answer is Wanted Dead or Alive. Number 4, I Die for You or Born to Be My Baby. Dave, which one's better?
I'm going to go with Born to Be My Baby on that one.
Ed.
Born to Be My Baby.
Fee.
Born to Be My Baby.
The correct answer is I Would Die for You. It's a much better song. Okay.
I have a feeling I know a future pick coming up.
And number 5, Wild in the Streets or Wild in the Wind. Dave, which one's better?
Wild is the Wind. Wild in the Streets I like better.
Okay, Fee. Sorry,
Well,
Ed.
Wild in the Streets, but yeah.
Okay, Ed.
Yeah, Wild in the Streets, but I love Wild as the Wind.
Okay, so the correct answer is Wild in the Streets because Slippery When Wet is a way better album. But there you go. Okay.
I love this album actually more.
No, you're wrong.
Both good.
Okay, let's do some track breakdowns. First track on the album, and man, I'll tell you, this album, when it started off, I was like, holy shit. As we got into these first few tracks, it was like, wow. Lay Your Hands on Me. So I did not care for the intro. I'm going to be honest with you. This intro did not work for this kind of a soulful song. I mean, and this is going to be something that I'm going to say about the whole album. These songs are way better than the 80s hair metal production that they got. Richie Sambora did not play to his strengths except for one song on the album. His sound was off. His lead playing was not what he does. He was trying to kind of keep with the Joneses of the times, and it's not what he does. This is not what Richie Sambora does, and it kind of hurt the album a little bit, in my opinion. So again, the intro didn't work for this soulful kind of song, but with that being said, this is a solid song with a fucking like $1 million chorus, $1 billion chorus. I try to imagine his song done with more of a classic blues rock sound and with Richie playing a more stripped back blues solo that he is like known for doing. Because there's going to be one song in this album we're going to get to where it's like, holy fuck, where was this on the whole album? Like he's blowing my mind on a later track. Great song. Unbelievable. Dave, what do you got?
Well, we open with a big build, about a minute and a half. I can see where they're going with this, but it would have been better if it was separated into an intro track. Interestingly, the album before this, Slippery When Wet, also opened with a sort of a build intro. Song starts out with a church organ and lead vocal and then kicks in. It is great. The riff is a little disjointed, but then smooths out in the pre-chorus where it gets dancey, and then the great chorus. Good guitar solo. Song ends with a big sing-along chorus with huge choir vocals. Then they pull everything back with just the dry vocal ending. Very effective. The video has a slightly different mix with a longer intro and a cut-in section in the middle with the crowd singing the chorus, giving you that live concert experience. This song was the 4th single released off the album.
Wow. No shit. Ed, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, I love I love the opening. In honestly, if I didn't see them live open with this, I might have a different opinion, but knowing that they open a show with this, it's perfect song. Because every time I hear it, I instantly, my memories flood back to the show. But I love it. I love how it builds up, really holds up to this day, in my opinion. The vocal opening, again, has that church organ, and then that big choir sound. Oh, it's so good. But I love the guitar riff. I think it's fantastic. And I think it's a heavier feel overall compared to the previous album. I don't think this is as poppy. And that's kind of why I like this whole album. But this song, really, because of that. But monster hook throughout. And did you guys notice there's a little guitar trill at the end of the chorus and selectively throughout that I forget which side it's on, but all of a sudden I'm like, wait, did I just hear that? Because it's so sporadic, but oh my God, I absolutely loved it. And Richie Sambora is one of my all-time favorite guitar players. I think he writes solos the way everyone should write solos, for the song, not to show off.
Yep.
And I think that's why Bon Jovi was so successful. They all played their role and nothing else.
Yeah, and I love the intro too. I just don't love it. Like I said, if this had just been the intro to the album and there'd just been a second between that and that, lay your hands on me, because that's the way that song needs to open for me. It's beautiful and it's classic,
Yeah.
and it's great.
Oh, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Richie Sambora does not play bad solo on this entire album. He does not.
Oh, yeah.
But, and I'm not even comparing him to other Bon Jovi albums. I just know what he plays when he's solo and
Right.
what he's capable of bringing. And it's a lot more classic and timeless than what I heard on this album. That's all I'm saying.
No,
But it's
fair
fine.
enough.
It's fine for the album. It's just
Fair
beneath
enough.
his skill set. Fee, what do you got?
This song's a total playlist. Yeah, the intro's a little too long, but what the fuck, you know? I mean, like Ed's saying, like that build up, and I can only imagine that build up live. Like I saw him play this song live at T-Mobile Arena in like 2018, but it was in the middle of a set, and they didn't do that intro. They just started right into, the "Lay Your Hands on Me," vocal, which is great. But if that had been track one song, on the live, I might have like lost my shit, came in my pants, had a heart attack, and fucking died all at the same time. This is an all-time great fucking song,
Yeah.
This is good. That's all I got.
Ed, I'm only going to bring it up, Ed, because you were in that stupid Rusty Hole Club. What's it called?
The what?
The Rust Club.
The Rust
Rust
Club.
Club.
Yeah, I was laying on the couch today watching TV. We got up for breakfast. I was just laying there watching YouTube. I thought I was going to fart. I went, and I shit my pants. I ran downstairs like, maybe I shit my pants. It was just like, it was like the old egg, but it's been a while. It's put that directly in the washing machine, which I did. Okay, track 2, Bad Medicine. So come on, guys. Hit single from the very first note. Bon Jovi's lyrics, they're not like aimed at a guy like me. They're a little bit safe, but they're always quality and they're always super catchy and they lead to big money songs that show up on the fucking Billboard 200. So, I mean, all the fucking kudos to him. The guy's great. Richie obviously is a better singer than Bon Jovi technically, and he brings so much to the songs, very much like Michael Anthony brought to Van Halen songs. Yeah, I mean, for me, Richie's at his best as a lead guitar player when he's just doing straight blues rock and roll solos with less effect and zero whammy bar. But he's great. And I mean, the solo on this is great. And it's another fucking phenomenal hit song. What can I say? It's great. Dave.
Yeah, song 2 kicks right in and gets right to the hook. This was the first single from the album. The guitar has an effect on it similar to Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. John and Richie wrote this one with Desmond Child, who had co-written several of the hits on their previous album. The band furnished their fan club members with Super 8 movie cameras to compile the footage for the Bad Medicine video with a Sam Kinison video cameo appearance, The song has a fake ending, which Des will probably hate, but I like it. What did you think about the fake ending?
Yeah,
I told you.
I take it or leave it. I can take it or leave it.
Yeah, the chorus is good enough for a few more go-arounds, I think. They cut that longer ending out of the video, though.
I totally agree, Dave. I totally agree with that chorus. Just beat that horse. Just go.
Oh, yeah.
You did it. Dude, you know all the monies and royalties and in fucking songwriting and stuff. Imagine how much money Desmond Child has. You think about all the hit songs that he's been part of. This guy is getting fucking checks in the mail like on an hourly basis. Like, another one? Ah, fuck. Ed, what do you got?
Yeah, so this song is straight out of the Nile Rodgers playbook, and it never disappoints. You open with the chorus because Nile Rodgers believes you give him what you want right off the bat. Another great guitar riff from Richie, but the song, in my opinion, is really carried by the keyboards, the bass, the drums, and the vocals, specifically in the pre-chorus. As big of a hook as the chorus is, I think the pre-chorus is a better hook. The way the lyrics go, where you have John singing "First You Need," and then everyone else backing him up with "That's what you get for falling in love." Then John, then you bleed. You get a little, but it's never enough.
Oh, so good.
And then when you're on your knees, that's what you get for falling in love. Now this boy's addicted because your kiss is the drug. How does that not absolutely grab you?
Dude, it's so good. I mean, dude, the verse could be the chorus. That's how good it is.
Yeah. And the song ends with a little bit of a Bruce Springsteen type thing where he brings it down and then he does all that talking. So yeah, but so good. It's funny too, because when it first came out, I was kind of disappointed. I didn't enjoy the song. And I think it's because as soon as it came out, it never stopped playing. Like it was, you change the channel and it's on every station. It's on every TV station. And I just got sick of it real quick. But now listening to it, it's a great song. God, do I love it.
Dude, Ed, it's funny something Fee said about Bon Jovi and how it wasn't just like compartmentalized to the United States, how it was just a phenomenon worldwide, And Bon Jovi, for me, is kind of the hair metal version of Bruce Springsteen. Like he's next level, like totally. With everybody, like adults, and it never like burned out. Like if he books a tour tomorrow, it's selling out. Well,
it's they wrote songs that people could relate to.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as, Slippery When Wet was more, teeny. Girls and partying and stuff like that. This album is a lot of like people could relate. Oh yeah, dude, I've totally done that. Been there, all that.
Right. Fee, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a total playlist song, and I can't add any value to this that you guys already haven't. But I'm glad we listened to this longer, because had we only listened to this for a week, I mean, I don't know. I listen to this at least once, twice a week over the past month, just to get back into it. there are 5 tracks on this I never got sick of, this being one of them. But I think I was so close to me seeing Springsteen, and I can see the kind of similarities in the way they do things, that I was a little like, Springsteen does it better. Springsteen does it better. Springsteen does it better, you know? And so I'm really glad that I'm not like that. I've moved past that from listening to this too long. Cause this is kind of one of those songs where I'm like, yeah, but Springsteen does it better. But this song on its own is fucking amazing. I absolutely love this song. Total playlist.
But Fee, like we were saying before, so you can compare Bon Jovi to Bruce Springsteen because they're very similar. Like, you know, Jersey, they tell stories about, you know, working in the factory, my baby and me were against the world, you know, whatever, right?
Right.
The only difference is Springsteen was so mainstream because he was not a hair metal guy, so it wasn't niche, and they were allowed to produce their albums like classic rock albums opposed to a hair metal album. And that's what I'm trying to say about Richie Sambora and the overall sound of this album. As great as it is, if it was produced like Born to Be Wild, where you literally just like directed it more at rock and roll, it's a more timeless classic album that doesn't really feel kind of shoehorned into the 80s. That's all I'm saying. These guys were better than their production. That's what
you want to use the word dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Great songs that were just produced in a niche genre, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Sense.
So track number 3, Born to Be My Baby. Guys, this is fucking living on a prayer. This is living on a prayer with like some different words. The bass line's exactly the same. It's the same song. I mean, it just is. Watered down version, living on a prayer. That's just my opinion. But again, has an undeniably amazing chorus. And that bass, come on, man. It's the same fucking bass line. Dave, what do you got?
Yeah, if you listen to the original demo of Living on a Prayer before they arrived at the bass riff that you hear on the album, it's pretty much the same riff. But this was originally recorded as an acoustic ballad, which is included on the 30th anniversary deluxe edition CD. The producer convinced them to rock it up. The lyrical content is a young working class couple struggling to make ends meet. And then we're going to get into a little of what you're talking about before. Cashbox considered the song to be John Bon Jovi paying respect to Bruce Springsteen. There is a lot of Bon Jovi that reads like Bruce Jr. or the pop metal version of the E Street Band. John's first bands were basically copycats of the Jersey sound shore bands like Bruce and Southside Johnny. The video is kind of odd. It's all filmed in the studio and mixed to give a feel of behind the scenes. They even stop the song and start again. Anyway, it's a great song and I love it. Did you catch right after the guitar solo, the My Heart Beats Like a Drum? The drums play a similar pattern to the Ronettes' Be My Baby. Was it on purpose?
Nice.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
The song was the second single released from this album.
It was totally on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
You know, Tico is like, hey, here's homage.
Oh, yeah. It's called production.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my problems with Bon Jovi, like I said before, is I just feel like I don't know his backup, like what his like childhood was like, and what, you know, the guys that were writing these songs, these albums with him were like. But it felt like he lacked a little bit of life experience. Like maybe he grew up in a middle class home, like just, you know, high school.
He totally did.
Girlfriend.
That's Sayreville, New Jersey, man.
Yeah, you know, watched.
That's why
was a big fan of like westerns, big fan of westerns and stuff. And it's just like it just kind of started to feel like he started to run out of things to say, like over his albums. Like he kept rehashing the same stories, Tommy and Gina, and I want to be a cowboy. And it just after a while, it's like, dude, did you fucking ever do anything else? Like, were you on drugs? Did you like crash a car? Were you ever arrested? Did you ever get herpes? Like, did anything ever happen to you? I don't know.
No.
Yeah, what do you got? No, no. Me and my girl.
Well, let's see, Des. You've told us stories of all sorts of crazy shit, and where are you?
Right
and
now,
Bon
upstairs.
Jovi lived kind of a straight life, and where's he?
Well, maybe I should have fucking wrote songs about fucking me and my girl against the world. And
That's
go
it.
ahead.
It's all about feel good, man. Everyone wants to feel good. Born to Be My Baby. This song absolutely kills. Uh, this is one of my all-time favorite Bon Jovi songs. Uh, I love it's a bass focused groove, another huge hook with the pre-chorus and chorus. It just the bass line really stands out in the song and moves all over the neck of the instrument. Excellent guitar solo. It's perfect for the song. Let's not forget Tico. He is killing it on the drums. Yeah, this is just top notch for me.
Yeah, dude, that second half of the verse where it goes, I must have had a reason, but that like folk thing he's doing there, it's such a fucking unbelievable melody. Again, you strip back everything so you can really feel that melody, and oh
Oh
my
yeah,
god, it would be untouchable.
yeah.
V, what do you got?
Well, dude, like this is why I think I don't want to say forgot about this album, but they came out so close to one another, Slippery than this, and a couple of the tracks like this one kind of have that slippery when wet feel to them that I just blend them all into one album, and that just happens to be the first one of the two, Slippery Than Wet. Of course, this is a playlist song. It's fucking insane. Like, I mean, it just at this point, I'm like, how did I forget this album existed? And here we are, 3 for 3, 100-watt songs.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed. 100-watt songs, even produced as they are, 3 for 3, 100-watt songs. And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, this is a real easy listen. But oh boy. Okay. Number 4, Living in Sin. So again, man, another strong offering from this album. This is a money ballad. I mean, this is fucking incredible. We get another great vocal with an even better backing vocal. I mean, would you guys almost call this a duet? Like, kind of, right?
Sure.
A little bit.
Many of the songs
Close,
on
yeah.
this album.
Yeah.
Oh God. And dude, and I always talk about what, I'm a vocal guy. I love vocals on albums. What sells it to me? These guys, man, like I was just saying in that last verse, these melodies they come up with and these small key changes. It's what makes it's the bread and butter of Bon Jovi. It's incredible. I was happy Dave Bryant showed some restraint on this track because it's a great track and it could have easily been trampled on by just over keyboarding it, but nope, played just what it needed for this track. Um, I didn't care for the guitar solo on this. It felt a little CC DeVille to me. In tone, in playing, just all of it. It felt kind of like what we would have got on like Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Wow, wow. It's like, oh, just stop. It's not what this song needs. But it was fine. He's great, and it was fine. So yeah, another hit single, 100-watt song. Dave, what do you got?
This was the 5th single released off the album. Song starts with drums and synth. John Bon Jovi comes in singing for the ladies. Another dynamite chorus. This one was written alone by John. If you've ever been a teenager in love, you can relate. This is a good as place as any. Let me give some credit to a very underrated drummer, Tico Torres. The drum sound on this album is very 80s and kind of dated, but he is a monster drummer who does not get enough credit, I guess, because he plays, quote, bubblegum Bon Jovi songs, but he is great.
Guys, don't you wish they had a little saxophone on this album? Wouldn't it have fit? I mean, I know it's
Yep.
Clarence Clemens
Little
and
East
it would have
Street
been too
Band,
much.
sure.
It would have been too much like
Too
comparison.
much, like, yeah.
But I could feel it. That's how much soul this album had, though. It had the soul to carry a saxophone.
Fuck yeah.
Easily.
Full of it.
Yeah. And I didn't know that about Bon Jovi writing that last song on his own. I mean, it just shows you how creative and talented he is as a songwriter. Ed, what do you got?
So I remember when this came out and all the controversy around the video before it was first played because there were teenagers and it was a sex scene and it was in a music video. And oh my God, I didn't love the song when it came out, but listening to it now, oh, do I enjoy the song. I think I was just burnt out with Bon Jovi at that point by the time the song came out. But yeah, it's a phenomenal song. Great lyrics, vocal harmonies, instrumentation, and hooks. Again, it's another great little bass line in it. Just love it.
Guys, so I'm going to you, Fee. Don't worry. So
No,
we
you're
just
good.
had 400-watt songs in a row. 4 blazers. How dare they not scatter these songs to this album? How dare they front load this album like this? I'm offended by the choice to front load the album like this. It was a
I
bad
can't
choice.
wait for you to give this a score of 42.
No,
Right.
no. But this is a perfect example of just bad fucking positioning with the songs. Fee, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Des. Now that I'm thinking about it, like this song, like the guitar solo could have been a sax solo on this, and it would have been just as good. I think.
Fuck yeah.
That's a pretty cool idea. But I love this song, and Ed, to kind of pair up with what you were saying. By the time this was released, this was Dave. You said it was the 5th release from this album.
Yes.
So it's what 1990 now,
Uh-huh.
and we've just had like 4 straight years of Bon Jovi like top 10 hits released in a row. So a little fatigue may have been setting in on that. I get it totally.
Yeah.
Either way,
November 11th,
100-watt song.
1989.
Oh, okay. So yeah, close enough there at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. By this
Good
time
stuff.
in 1988, 89, the world had hair metal fatigue. It was over. I mean, we were starting to see bands like Soundgarden, Nirvana, like right on the horizon. It was over. Nobody could do it anymore. Everyone was like, enough. And goes back again to my point that too bad these albums weren't produced differently, because they wouldn't have got lumped in with all that fucking trash. You know what I mean? And that's a testament to how great these albums are, because even though grunge came in and destroyed hair metal, Cream rises to the top. And these albums rose above the hair metal thing and survived and are not looked at like, look what the cat dragged in, or some of these other albums that are just considered jokes now. This is still considered serious music for adults. So there you go. So this is where the fucking whole thing just nosedives for me and just goes down the toilet.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No. In comparison to what the first 4 songs, okay? If I wasn't going to listen to these next 7 songs in a row, like 36 dicks in a row, she sucked them all in a row.
37.
That's what this is. Hey, get back here. Okay, unless if you haven't seen fucking Clerks, go watch it.
Don't suck any dicks on your way out to the parking lot.
God, was that movie funny.
Then the guy
I could not
starts
stop
walking.
laughing.
And that's New Jersey, Dave. So
That's
right. Yeah.
I went there.
Me
From
too.
what I hear, that convenience is actually right next door to Vintage Vinyl, wherever that place is.
It's not far away, probably about a half an hour.
Is it really? That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right, track 5, Blood on Blood. So this song starts off when it kicked in. I got this really cool live vibe from it. Like I almost felt like it was a live recording. It was really great. Dude, the snare fills on this track, specifically near the end, I was blown away. Where he's just pumping on that snare. I was like, holy shit, really great. Lyrically though, this is not a strong song, not as strong as the last 4. It definitely has that filler feel to me.
Lyrically, you don't think this is a strong song?
Not as I said as strong as the
out of your
four.
goddamn mind.
So you're saying that you think this chorus stands up to the last 4 songs?
Yes.
Wow, I missed that. I wrote it's fine, but it's super forgettable. I couldn't sing this chorus to you right now for $1 million. Dave, what do you got?
All right, the song opens with a fast finger-picked guitar chord, and with the whole band kicking in shortly after. Without the metal guitar, this would be a Springsteen song. Okay by me either way. Richie providing very strong backup vocals, like always. Some nice bass fills here and there. Nice guitar solo, but like most of the album, so many effects. Would this have all been more boring with a plainer guitar sound, or would have helped it sound not as dated? We talked about this already. I'm not sure, but the middle quiet part here where they go back and forth with the vocal is superb. The song was written with superstar songwriter Desmond Child. There's also a little ick factor in the second verse where John sings, Danny knew this white trash girl. We each threw in a 10. She took us to this cheap motel and turned us into men. Teenage prostitution in a pop song. Fantastic.
Dude, those aren't good lyrics. You just made my point for me. I could write that on
How
a
is that
napkin.
not great
But
lyrics?
that was
It's
only
not
half
good,
of one
dude.
verse.
Oh, it's fucking
And
terrible.
you're talking
37
It was
about
gross.
all the drug-laden lyrics that you listen to that are so cheesy, it's ridiculous. And you're like, these are the greatest lyrics written.
Yeah, these are not some of his best, in my opinion. Ed, tell us why this is a great song. Maybe I missed it.
So this is a great song for many reasons, but I was reading how this became like the fan favorite because of what the song means. And to me, 100%. It's they wrote it with this brotherhood of friends that will do anything for each other.
Yes.
You need to dispose of a body, no problem, I got you. And that's what it's all about. And if you have a group of friends like that, this song means everything to you. I mean, this song comes on if I'm with any of my inner circle friends, we stop what we're doing, we get together and we drink. Just little toast, and we're like, all right, here's to you, brother. But oh my god, the song though, I mean, the opening riff right out of the gate gets you. It absolutely gets you. God, the story, the lyrics, they're telling everything that anyone that grew up with an adventurous life and wild friends, that's what we were. Those were our teenage years. This whole song. The bass and guitar really dominate the song, but I think Dave Bryan wrote an amazing piano part that's playing throughout the background of the song, and I think it holds everything together because it's not overpowering, but it's filling all the holes. The
So to
breakdown feels like it shouldn't work, but it absolutely does, Dave. Totally does. Especially I love the simple bass, the broo, broo, doo, doo, doo. It's so great. And then, God, like you said, Des, when they're getting out of this and Tico is just doing that roll and the flams or whatever the hell else you call them, the paradiddles, I guess, I don't know. It was fucking insane hearing him do that. So good. And there's a weird guitar in the left speaker, and once you hear it, you can't unhear it because it's almost sounds like a sitar almost. And once I heard it, I couldn't unhear it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so cool because you keep forgetting it's there, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, there it is, that's right. So, but yeah, this song means so much to me. I absolutely love it because of everything that this song encompasses.
Maybe that was the aforementioned mandolin.
Oh, yeah.
It's possible.
There you go.
Just for the record, if any of you guys come to me with a dead body, I am turning you in. So, Pete, what do you got?
Yeah, this is one of the, outside of the big five releases on this is the only other song from this album that I actually remember. And, Ed knows why. He pretty much said it all right there, maybe. Or maybe it involves $10. I don't know. I mean, just you never know.
Mind your business, Fee.
Right. But
see Fee coming back from the desert in his blue truck, nothing in the bed. Sorry.
But no, I mean, I don't know that it's quite a playlist for me, but I like it every time. Like I never change it. I never, you know what I mean? Like it means something, but it doesn't get me going like the previous four, but it means something,
Yeah, song's fine. Like I said, my problem was I just didn't think the chorus was up to snuff. It felt a little weak. I don't know. All right, track number 6, Homebound Train. So, guys, I love the intro. This guitar thing he plays the intro, it's phenomenal, but I hated the effect on it. And if you deliver that thing to me dry, it's 100 times more effective for this song. Like you literally just take off all the effect and just give me the same track. And it's just a better piece of music. this song sounded more like Extreme to me. Like it literally sounded like Extreme. More than Bon Jovi. The whole solo section with the harp and the organ swapping back and forth was fucking fire. It was fire. And then Richie Sambora rips a solo, but the hollow guitar sound, it sucked, man. It was so hollow and sounded so empty. It's beneath him. I didn't love the song. It didn't really have a hook, but it was okay. It was fine. Dave, what do you got?
Well, here we go. Bon Jovi becomes king of the blues. A little slide guitar and train sounds. Good groove, decent song, but not a hit. This is like a jam they turned into a song. Combo blues harp, organ, and guitar solo. I wonder if they use this. I didn't go see this tour, but I wonder if they use this in the live show to give each guy a solo spot.
Ooh, I bet they
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Also noticed towards the end the borrowed woo woo background vocals, like in "Sympathy for the Devil" by the Stones.
Mhm.
Some nice whammy bar dives on the guitar in this one, by the way. Also,
Dave, there was a little bass solo too. The final
yes,
section
there
of that.
was.
Yeah, and everybody brought it. It was fire.
Oh
But
yeah,
what I hated to admit was that Dave Bryan was really good on this. It was like, all right, you're good, you're
yeah.
good.
He knows how to play. You know.
He does. And again, when given the right sound, he is very good. Ed, what do you got?
I hear this song and I want to run through a brick wall because I have so much energy. I love this song. I think it's got a great groove, great drive. It's energetic, and I think it's addictive. The vocal harmonies are great. Richie lets loose, and it's so good. I hear this, and I just want to move, whether I'm bouncing my head or whatever. It's absolutely infectious. The callback with the train whistle vocals, I think it fit beautifully, and something that I would normally think is cheesy, but it works, in my opinion. Tico nails a next level drum part throughout this song. I mean, kills it. He absolutely plays out of his mind. There's a ton of fills, both instrumental, vocal. I think they all make this song better. Um, and this is another song I actually we went. I forget which tour it was, but my wife and I went out to Vegas to see the first show of the American Leg Tour, and they actually played this song, and I was like, Jesus, I can't remember the last time I heard them play it, and it's got the same energy live. It was so good.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. These guys are great musicians. They're a great band. They write good songs. There's no bad songs on this album, but we have to talk about it. There's very few albums that have 10 or 12 perfect songs.
Yeah,
Appetite for Destruction is like maybe one of five. So it's very good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on the other half of this album. It's just not the first half. Fee, what do you got?
No, I mean, good song, okay. I don't necessarily feel the same energy that you guys feel on it. I felt it was a little out of place on the album overall, honestly, but it's good, you know, like not bad. I just don't feel that same kind of energy that you guys feel on it. I felt a little worn down by it, honestly, by today, you know, when I gave it my last listen. But it's a good song. Like I look at it this way: there's 5 songs on this album that I'll play time and time and time again. There's 7 songs on this album that I wouldn't care if I never heard any of them again. You know, well, 6 songs I'll probably play time and time again, and like 6 that I'll, you know, what I'm talking about.
See,
So
I heard it exactly the same way you did. The only difference is one of my 5 songs I would play again and again and again wouldn't be Blood on Blood. It would be a different one later on down the album, but I heard it the
yeah.
exact same way. Exactly. Just good, not a playlist. Okay. So that ends side A. So if you're listening to the show on vinyl, which I know you're not, go ahead and flip it over and get ready for the other side. So I've got a little story for you guys while I was away. Just nothing really, but this is going to be I'm going to tell you the story and I want to find out what you 3 would have done in my position.
Oh,
So we went to the casino, we took some edibles, and when we got there, I realized, holy shit, they opened a fucking Wahlburgers. I'm like, let's go. So it's really busy in the food court. We go to the Wahlburgers. I order a chicken sandwich. My wife orders the chicken sandwich. It was hey, it was Mark Wahlberg's favorite sandwich on the menu. So I got that one, and there was one table left. So we go over to it. It's fucking dirty. You can imagine the mutants that were eating there. There's food everywhere. Like, I think I even flicked the booger off the table. I fucking wiped it down with a napkin. We start eating these sandwiches. I take 2-3 bites. I'm like, holy shit, the fucking pickles are like some of the best pickles I've ever eaten. So I want to see what they look like. So I pull the bun back, and the 2 remaining pickles fall on the dirty table. Flat, flat. I was like, fuck. Before my wife could say anything, I've peeled them off the table and eaten them.
Nice.
Ed, are you eating those pickles?
5-second rule. Absolutely.
Okay, 5-second rule. So, Fee, are you eating those pickles?
0% chance of that happening. None.
And Dave, are you going to eat those delicious pickles?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, shit. So I think the Wahlburgers' new tagline should be, so good I'd eat it off a dirty table. Fee, I'm with you. Fee, I'm with you. Okay, so this is what happened. I was high. I wasn't thinking things through because the moment they passed my stomach, I immediately regretted this and just couldn't even believe what I had just done because I have such bad OCD. And I ruined the rest of the evening with it. And then I think I psychosomatically gave myself diarrhea for 3 days. So, yeah.
No, that's called salmonella or whatever other shit was on that table.
Dude,
Yeah.
and I'm not even kidding.
Gross.
I had explosive diarrhea for like 3 days. And it wasn't the sandwich because Dylan ate the same sandwich. So, yeah. Someone was like chopping fentanyl on the table or something. I don't know what happened. But I regretted that. That was one of my life choices that I wish I could get back. All right, guys. Track 7, Wild is the Wind. These are really nice guitars in the intro. But we're getting another guy and his girl against the world story. And I get it. Bon Jovi built an empire on this subject, but at this point, I'm just not up for it again. We did it. Tommy and Gina, we've been like blood on blood. Like we're just doing it over and over and over. And I'm just not up for it again. It's fine. But yeah, whatever. Dave, what do you got on this one?
Well, this song had the most writers out of any on the album. John and Richie, plus Desmond Child and Diane Warren, who is best known for the I Don't Want to Miss a Thing song by Aerosmith.
Good song.
With that much firepower, this should have been the biggest hit song of all time. We start out with an acoustic guitar solo, but it's not bad and it's short enough. The vocal is all sincerity. The metal guitar tone is almost inappropriate, but then it might not sound like Bon Jovi. The chorus is good, nice busy bass line, excellent guitar solo. It's pretty good.
Dave, your notes, unfortunately, are letting me and the listeners know that you agreed with me that Richie Sambora did not have his best day on this album from a production standpoint. His sound was off. It just was. The sound was off.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with the guitar tone on this, but
yeah,
it was too much.
You've said it at least 3 times.
Oh,
now.
Yeah.
So, Ed, what do you got?
I loved his guitar tone on this album.
Okay, of course you did.
This song is great. I love how it starts soft and in just that acoustic whole feel. I could have lived without that intro part, but I get it. It was kind of a thing back then. So great. I thought it blended in well. But I love the composition of this song. You have that great acoustic part with a soft bass lead on top of it. The song builds with energy during the verse, and then you get this infectious chorus with John and Richie singing in perfect harmony as they do.
They do.
Listening to them sing together is orgasmic. I love how perfect their harmonies are. I think this is a more mature song for them at this time period in their lives. I mean, they're not that old. I mean, they're not Beatles young, but
turning 30.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, and just getting done with that whole whirlwind of Slippery When Wet. I think to put out a song like this, I think is just fantastic. I can't express how much I love this song.
Have you guys heard the new Motley Crue song, seen the new Motley Crue video? Dave?
Yes, it is horrible.
Okay,
Song is
yeah, it is
terrible.
terrible.
The video is kind of interesting, but the song fucking sucks.
Yeah, the video is just like, this is the video. We're too old to do a video. We're all fucking mummies. So here's a fucking like
Computer
generated
CGI.
version of Motley Crue.
Yep.
It's terrible. Yeah, song is terrible. It's terrible. And all I can think about is Mick Mars at home just going, fuck you guys. Because his single, Loyal to the Lie, is legit, man.
That was
Have you guys,
great. I love that song.
dude, that song is fucking legit incredible. That chorus is banging, and that singer, oh, Vince Neil couldn't carry his lunchbox, okay? Holy shit. Fee, what do you got on the tune?
Vince Neil would eat his lunch, that's for sure.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
And the
he's fucking
lunchbox.
terrible. Yeah.
And the lunchbox. Oh, shit.
Bumbles
My
bounce.
Poor Vince. He's getting his
Wild
for
as
the
a
whole
wind.
Mazel
Good
thing.
song. You know, I can listen to it. You know, but again, like I was saying, like, am I ever gonna go out of my way to listen to this song? No, but if it's on, I'm not gonna change it either. So I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
See, that's how I feel about everything too. I mean, even the bad songs. I mean, if it's on, I'm not like fucking reaching for the radio. Like, dude, I realize that I can never, ever listen to Enter Sandman again. Ever. It's my goal in life now is to never listen to 1 second of that song ever again.
Yep.
I'm making it a mission. It's a point. So here we go. It's my new credo. I'm going to live by it. Track number 8, Ride Cowboy Ride. Oh, God. Wow, did they miss the mark with the production on this one? I don't even know what they were going for. I literally picked up my phone and I wiggled the wire because I thought the wire had come loose and I wasn't like hearing it right. And it didn't change. So then I fast forward to the next song just to make sure that my headphones didn't break. And I'm like, nope, it sounds big. And so I went back. I mean, I get it. They wanted it to sound like a lo-fi fucking record, but it didn't. It just sounded bad. It just sounded bad. Like, I don't know what happened. And it's a shame because from what I could hear, it was probably a good song, but it was, I literally am speechless and dumbfounded with the production choice made on this song. It's fucked up. Dave, what do you got?
It's a great little song. They put a filter on it so it sounds like an old-timey, scratchy record. I'd like to hear more of this, but it works. Just one guitar and John Bon Jovi and Richie singing. Also kind of a palate cleanser from the big production of the rest of the record. I think it worked.
It didn't even sound like a scrap back, like cool folk rock. So it just sounded like shit. It sounded like it went through a blender.
But I wish on the anniversary edition they put the full length, non-filtered version of the song. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. When I said that whole thing with shaking the wire on my thing, like I literally thought my headphones broke. That's how bad it was. Ed, what do you got?
I love the production on this song just because it's different. Well, Des, think about it. Do you want to hear an album where everything sounds the exact same?
No, but I want this to sound good. Like I want it to sound like a good lo-fi, like Rolling Stones song.
They wanted to give everyone like a demo feel of what it's like to when you write a song, like the original pre-production version
in the 1800s.
But this sounded like, you took like, this sounded like, remember when you take your boombox back in like 86 and you bring it into the jam room and you'd hit record? That's what this sounded like. It was like, it wasn't good enough to be on a retail album.
That's what I loved about it.
Oh God.
That's absolutely what I loved about it.
It
was almost like you were sitting there in on the session. Like they just put those little tiny tape recorders everyone had back then. And they just put it down and said, "Hey, here's an idea."
Around the campfire.
I'd rather hear the 16-track version of this, if that's what you want to give me.
However, I think this song benefits also from the placement. Because this song leading into the next song, I think is magic. Absolutely brilliant in my opinion.
Okay. Fee, what do you got? Be the judge. You're the jury is out. You're the judge. You're coming back. Is this production shit and unlistenable?
Fee
Yeah, I don't
worships
like it.
fish, so fuck him.
No.
I don't worship fish, but I did
Fee.
see them 2 times at the Sphere, and it was fucking amazing. But no, this is terrible. But I also read somewhere that this was supposed to be kind of like an intro or an interlude to the "Stick to Your Guns." So, which isn't a bad song, you know. I just don't know what the deal with this was, but every time it came on, I just hit next. I couldn't do it after like the first couple of times. Just
The production was shockingly bad, and like I said, from what I could hear, the song itself had potential, but that production I couldn't get past it. Track 9, Stick to Your Guns. So I don't know if this was produced extra good or if it was just because it came after that last thing, but I was like, God damn, this sounds good. Great production on the intro, but I am getting burnt out on the lyrics on this album by this point. I just don't, they're not bad. They're good lyrics. But I don't know. It's either me and my girl against the world, on the run, or I want to be a cowboy with a 6-string on my back. And it's just, okay, I get it. The chorus, it's repetitive. The chorus isn't very good. I didn't like this song. Dave, what do you got?
The rock and roll is back. Impressive melodic acoustic guitar lick. More cowboy shit. But seriously, this is a great song. Then they changed the chorus at the end and add in some harmonized Bruce Springsteen / Ronnie Spector whoa-ohs. Great song that maybe doesn't get as much attention as it should have.
Yeah, I think it got plenty of attention. Ed, what do you got?
I agree with Dave 100%. The opening to this song is huge. I mean, it is massive. The ba-da-da, oh my God. I get an erection thinking about it. Oh, it is just so fucking good. You know, and then the way it just comes right down, it's getting turned on.
Come on.
But you know what? I think John's voice was made for songs like this. He's got that Western kind of worn tone, but it's also warm and sweet at times. It works for me. I think this chorus is super catchy, and the arrangement and production are next level. I think it's also a very relatable song to the point that you have to like it. It grabs your soul, in my opinion. I also want to give a shout out to Hugh because, oh my God, he is fucking killing the bass on this whole album. Oh, yeah. And that little bass run in the right before the guitar solo is fucking fantastic.
Yeah. So Bon Jovi's got that warm Southern kind of Western feel for you, that nice New Jersey fucking Southern Western fucking vibe. I got you. Okay. Fee.
I just think that's his voice. It sounds.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fee, what do you got?
I mean, he certainly writes songs to it. You know what I mean? Like they work for him. So I like this song, but it kind of drives me nuts when an intro like that is just banging and then it dips. You know, like, you guys familiar with that Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack? And I know it's on that, but it's not from that. But Go All the Way by Raspberries, where it's just like dun, 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 and then it turns into fucking shit. Like, what the hell happened? Now, this doesn't turn into shit. This still kind of maintains itself as a good song. But after that banging intro, I'm expecting to be just like, that's my energy song right there, Ed. Like, that intro is my big energy. If they can maintain that throughout the track, oh man, this might be the best song on the album for me. But they don't. They drop it off, and it just kind of drives me nuts, which makes it just okay. Good song, but not great.
It's called Dynamics.
I mean, Fee, that's basically my note too, though. The intro was great. I was like, wow, okay, here we go. And then we didn't. So there it is. Okay, track number 10. Thank God I did position one song correctly on the album. I mean, it's a little late in the album for me for a big fucking power ballad, but at least there's another banger here. Killer love ballad. Killer. This is how you do it. I mean, I'll be there for you. These 5 words I say to you. It's clever. That's good lyrics. I like this. I'll be there for you. It's 5 words in case you didn't realize. Okay. Fun fact. Yeah. perfectly written song. Everyone brings it. Everybody brings it on this song, and the production is absolutely perfect for this summer love song. Really, really good. 100-watt ballad. Dave, what do you got?
This was the third single from the album. Still gets played on the radio today. John's hair, always great, is spectacular in this video.
Oh, yeah.
Cool bluesy riffing from Richie and more great backup vocals and tasty guitar solo too. A great scream from John after the solo also. He can't do that anymore. We get a key change and some sweet harmony singing towards the end. I remember playing this on guitar at my buddy John's house when we were in high school, and we were always trying to get a band together, but we never did. Just two guys with guitars. Our only audience was his kid sister and the dog.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, the hair is freshly permed and frosted.
Yeah.
Shit. Unbelievable. Ed, what do you got on this one?
God, do I love this song.
Good.
It's a great ballad, but Richie's guitar and vocal harmonies are what really seal the deal for me. Again, amazing lyrics, vocals, and it's funny. I don't remember. I may have been drunk seeing John sing this, but I always remember seeing Richie sing this, and I kind of like that Richie Sambora sang the lead to this, and David Bryan did the harmony parts. It was a nice change of pace to not see John on the stage. He took a little break, and Richie just right in front. Yeah, it was great song.
Yeah, some guys are great frontmen. David Lee Roth, Bruce Springsteen. Some guys are great singers. Bon Jovi falls in the latter. He is a great frontman. Maybe not the greatest singer, but a great storyteller, and he has enough talent to be next level with this material. So, yeah.
Richie's voice is phenomenal.
Yeah. Now, Richie, on the other hand, is a next level talent.
His solo albums are ridiculously good.
We got to do one. Because it's better than this. The hits may not be as strong, but overall, I just like to feel a lot more. I enjoy a lot more. Feet, what do you got?
Yeah, of course, this is a playlist song. And, the older I get, the less I like the power ballads from the 80s and stuff. But for some reason, the ones on this album, I still love them. Absolutely love the two main ones off this album. So fucking good. 100-watt song.
Yeah, I mean, Fee, a song that we all thought was great, Every Rose Has Its Thorn, and it is, it's fine. But the musicianship between the two bands, the bridge is so far that a song like, Every Rose Has Its Thorn just can't stand the test of time because it's just not built on a good foundation. The guys just weren't good enough. It's not a classic forever song, but it is very catchy. Jesus, track number 11. 99 in the Shade. Okay, I fucking did not like this song at all. I did not like the lyrics. I did not like the vocals. And when he said my old man Chevrolet, I literally said, fuck you out loud. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you with that line. That fucking line sucks. That line sucks. I've heard it at least 2 or 3 times. I hate it. Richie Sambora's squeaky guitar sound during the verses and stuff, it was ear-wrenching. It was bothering me. It hurt. It was like a splinter. And then you cap it off with that fucking terrible chorus. I just did not like this song. Oh, Dave, what do you got?
I like the song. It's a fun song. It's reminiscent of the Slippery When Wet album. I hear some cowbell in there. We get the Bruce thing happening again with characters like Sahara Jack and Suntan Sally. John Bon Jovi turns into Elvis at the end here with his little vocal improv. It's a fun song. It's not as serious as the rest of the album, but it's good times.
Dave, I liked your description of it better than the actual song. I want to hear that song.
Sure.
Do you have a recording of it? Ed, go ahead.
Oh, I'm with you, Dave. I'm getting exhausted listening to this album because I think all these songs are full of energy. I think this is an underrated song because I fucking love it.
Oh, God.
I think the chorus is an unbelievable hook. and the entire band right before the chorus doing those 4-count squelch stuff, bum, 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 right in the chorus. I'm like, oh my God, how can you not love that? It like just grabs you. The musicianship is top notch on this song, I think. Oh, so good.
Ed, can you please sing us just one bar of the chorus, just so I can hear it again? Maybe I forgot. Go ahead.
I am not going to sing.
Because
My
you
voice is
don't
not feeling.
know how
No,
it
I do know.
goes.
Yeah.
It's not
99,
memorable.
99, 99 in the shade.
Oh, yeah,
There you go.
exactly. I fucking hated it. Thank you. You're
Whoa,
right.
tell the boys I'm on my way.
Whoa,
Whoa.
99, 99, 99 in the shade. Tell the boys I'm on my way. Yeah, that's gold. Fee, what do you got?
This is one of the songs I liked more and more as I listened to the album. I don't know. I like you guys said, like Dave said, it's a fun song. It's a little bit different for it, a little more of a reminder of the Slippery When Wet days, and yeah, I liked it. Not quite playlist, but really fucking good. Very strong song.
You only like it because
Very
you live in
enjoyable.
Las Vegas and you can relate with it. Okay.
It's never 99 in the shade out here,
It's fucking hot as fuck there, man.
right?
Fucking, I went there on vacation once. I was dying. You couldn't even go outside. You could just barely make it from casino to casino.
That's the
All
point.
right. Track number 12, Love for Sale. So I'm going to tip my hat. This is my favorite production on the album, easily, and possibly my favorite song on the album. We'll get to it. Richie Sambora was shining like a fucking torch on this song. Richie Sambora brought it so strong. He's playing shit on this that I can't even believe. I'm holding my guitar at one point, like just kind of playing along. No, you can't. Richie Sambora is playing fucking next level. And it broke my heart because it's the only time on the album he shows his true talent and shows you why he's the mighty Richie Sambora. He plays shit on this song that CC DeVille could only dream of playing. These guitar solos and these guitar rhythms and riffs crush anything else on this album to dust. No whammy bar, no effects, just ripping, soulful, killer guitar playing. Amen. Hallelujah. Dave, what do you got?
And on an acoustic guitar, not even an electric.
Wow.
Yes. This was recorded at the studio where they did the demos for this album. Just a guitar, a few singers, and a little drums. Sort of a look behind the curtain, late night after a couple of beers. It's okay, but I felt like maybe better as a B-side or a bonus track.
But how ripping were those solos? And now to know it was on an acoustic,
they were great.
Even better.
That was a shitty plastic Ovation acoustic, with the round back.
God. Oh, I imagined it was like a 73 Stratocaster.
No way.
Black. Oh, like plugged into just like a fucking like a Fender with on the clean track. Like just I don't know. That's what I was imagining.
That was a shitty plastic acoustic guitar.
Well, fuck, he played the dick out of it. Ed, what do you got?
Yeah, another demo track that I think is really entertaining. I think this is such a fun song, and it moves. The acoustic guitars Richie's just destroying. It's unbelievable just playing. But Tico with those brushes, on that snare, love it. Just keeps everything going. But honestly, my favorite part is hearing Tico sing the background vocals.
Yeah.
His voice is so deep.
The right side.
It's like rumbling underneath John and Richie. I love it. It's so good. But yeah, this is so much fun. And I get it. You know what? I kind of like the fact that they ended the album with two, this is super short. And the song before it was fun. And it's two fun songs to just end the album. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I wish that this was the production that we got on the other song that they lo-fied. Like, I wish this was the kind of lo-fi we got, even maybe like one or two steps below this, but still listenable.
Yeah, I get it.
Dude, the solos and the riffs that Richie's playing on this song are the kind of licks that are reserved for like next level players, like Beck, like fucking.
It's a show-off song.
Oh, but it's funny because he's not ripping like he is on some of these other ones where he's actually shredding. He is playing those reserve licks, like the ones that everybody doesn't know, the ones that I want to know more than anything, but I just don't yet. Like
the ones that, oh, I'm going into the guitar shop today to try out a guitar. I need to bring my special licks.
yeah,
So I don't look like an ass.
Yeah, like there's some 60-year-old guy that works behind the counter, and he he grew up on Beck, and he can play all the. And then you're trying to play some Crazy Train solo, and he's like, "Kid, you suck." You want to
Comes
bring
and plays
that
Smoke on the Water.
Yeah, you want to bring a couple of those like Hendrix licks that like are reserved for the old timers. And he's like, his head turns. He's like, "All right, kid, you can play."
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby, kid. You're not a poser.
Is it possible to hate a song and love a song at the same time?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right. Then this is it. Then this is it for me. Because like this was the song that I'm like, fuck, will it just fucking end? But at the same time, I'm like walking around the house singing it, and I'm like,
shit.
God damn it, like I can't figure this one out. So, but overall, okay, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about it. I love it. I hate it. Mostly hate it.
Hey, it's
I think I hate it.
Stirring up emotions. He hates it.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. We have broken down this album for you guys. I think we did it pretty good. And now it is time to release
the bonus track.
This week's bonus track was requested by Large Marge from her big rig, and she writes, "I'd love to hear you guys review Highway Star, because Large Marge is in fact a highway star." And that song was performed and written by Deep Purple. Oh, come on, man. It's fucking incredible. The bass is over the top. I mean, the organ is so fucking rude. This is what Dave Bryant wakes up with a little chub in his pants. Is like, someday I'll play like that. The lyrics and vocals from some of these screams are insane. And let's not forget about this classic, iconic guitar solo. I mean, if Crazy Train didn't exist, this would be the solo everybody'd want to learn. This song checks every single box for me. This is pushing 100 watts. I wouldn't change one thing about this song. Highway Star for the win. Dave, what do you got?
Great vocals, organ, and guitar. It is a freedom rock classic. Is the popular version sped up from the album version? Because I feel like it maybe is, because I have a double disc album version, which does not sound like the popular version. But anyway, I will give it a 76.
What? Oh, it's like I stubbed my toe when you
7,600?
7,600? No, we don't go that high yet. 100 is as high as you can go. Ed, what do you got on Highway Star?
Oh my God. Yeah. This song, if you ever are on a road trip and need to make up some time, you put this song on and you can't not have your foot to the absolute floorboard going as fast as your vehicle will go. Because holy shit, right out of the gate, the bass guitar fucking hits you in the face. Just that big wall of sound. The main groove is hypnotic. The drums, organ, and guitar just drive and drive and drive. The vocals and lyrics are fantastic. This is literally like it's like how you just crushed a hornet's nest.
Yeah.
And the hornets are swarming you. Just like, that's how fast this is going. Oh my God, I love it. I gave this a 99.2.
There you go. Nice. Dude, this and dude, that 70s production, this is 70s, right? Late 70s, very early 80s?
Yeah.
I think it's early 70s.
70s for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So remember we were talking about drum sounds. I can't get a great drum sound in this set. Well, they did on this song.
Yeah.
I love this production. You can hear every note. Fee, what do you got?
Yeah, this is great. And Ed, you're right. I might be inclined to go like 7-8 over the speed limit on this one for sure.
Get into that middle lane for a minute.
But no, nothing else to say about it. And I love the analogy of the fucking busting open the hornet's nest because I feel that way with this song. Like there's just a lot going on here. 100-watt song. Love it.
There it is.
Absolutely
There
love
it is. And calculate those scores. Those are big scores. This is the new number one, I think.
All right, Highway Star is pushing a very solid, but not number one. At least I don't think it is. No, it's not. 93.8.
All
What?
right, Dave. Where does that put it on the Breaking Vinyl Wall of Fame?
That puts it on the bonus track chart at number 4.
Number
Ju-
4. What's above it?
Yeah, just behind Queen's Fat Bottom Girls and above ELO's Don't Bring Me Down.
Oh, this is way better than both songs, in my humble opinion. Okay? This is fucking banging. But good. Top 5. I'll take it. Let's do some favorite songs, worst songs, and we'll kick some people out and hire some new musicians. My favorite song, Love for Sale. Was that a cover song, guys, or is that original?
That is original.
I can't
Believe written
it.
by
I
John and
fucking love
Richie.
that. I fucking love that song. I love that song. Song I would cut would definitely be 99 in the Shade. I did not like it. I would not kick anybody out of the band, but I would make a very drastic swap. Bon Jovi would go to rhythm guitar and backing vocals, and Richie Sambora would move up front. He would be handling the lead vocals and lead guitar. So it would be a subtle but jarring change to the sound of this album. Dave, what do you
There
got?
you go. Favorite track, Blood on Blood. It was tied between that and Born to Be My Baby, but that song gives me the feels every time. And I would
Nice.
cut Love for Sale. Sorry. If I had to replace one member, everybody in the band is amazing at what they do. I wouldn't replace anyone, but maybe for fun, sit David Bryan on the sidelines for keyboards. Add in Freddie Mercury. He could help out John Bon Jovi's failing voice.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Hey, what do you think? What do you think of the album with Richie Sambora singing it and Bon Jovi doing the backup harmonies?
That'd be great.
You think it still works? I think it still
Richie's
works.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
He needs to come back and
Yes.
and he needs to come back to the band and save Bon Jovi. And
For the 40th
and
anniversary, yeah.
exactly
I
do
just
that.
watched an interview with Bon Jovi where he was almost crying. He was saying his voice is so fried that he feels he is almost doing an injustice to the fans
Yes.
by touring because his band is too good for that and they have too much integrity and he just can't pull off the show anymore. And he looked really broken over it.
Yeah, that was the whole thing of the Hulu documentary about how fucked up his voice is, and he's just trying so hard to just fix it and get it back to something resembling what it used to be. I think he would
it's like
he would give anything on this earth to have the voice he had in 1990.
Yeah, you know who else was really great back in the day was Tom Kiefer from Cinderella. That motherfucker could sing. You see some old stuff from them. He was pulling these albums off 100%, and then he just blew his voice out and he can't sing anymore. So it's a shame. And phenomenal musician. Tom Kiefer, underrated musician from the time.
Oh, yeah.
Great guitar player too. Ed.
All right. I think I copied off Dave's paper because favorite song, Blood on Blood. Song I would cut, Love for Sale, only because I had to cut something because I think all the songs are fantastic. If I had to replace one member, I would replace Alec John Such with, obviously, Hugh McDonald, since he did all the recording.
That
However,
already happened.
exactly. Since I'm going to go with someone else, and I would replace him with John Deacon.
Nice.
Fee, what do you got?
Favorite track ended up being Lay Your Hands on Me, but could have been any one of 5, really. I think I'm cutting Ride Cowboy Ride out of here. I don't know. Just didn't work for me. I don't want to replace anyone, but I guess it would have to be Alec John Such, but I kind of bounced around on this and I ended up on, wouldn't Michael Anthony's kind of backing vocals be fun on some of these tunes? You know, like, I don't know.
Sure.
So Michael Anthony, why not?
Yeah, I love it. I think that's a great pick. I'd love to hear that album. I want to hear Michael Anthony on anything. I fucking love his voice. Okay, quick final thoughts and we will score it. This album had some bangers. It had some dogs. It's a little overproduced in that 80s hair metal way. I think it would be better as a stripped down version of itself. So for me, this album is pushing 86.5. 103 watts. It's a great album. Dave, what do you got?
This is one of the big ones from my teenage years, filled with hits, a little more mature and serious than Slippery, which I think is my favorite of the two, but the guys never played or sang better than on this album. This was Bon Jovi at the absolute top of their game. My score is 88.
Nice, nice. Ed, what do you got?
All right. Yeah, I've never had like just a bad thought about Bon Jovi. Every time I've heard them, seen them, they've been great. Luckily, I stopped seeing them before. Like the last tour I saw was the tour Richie left, and unfortunately, he left like a couple, however many shows before they got to Gillette.
Damn it.
John's voice was still good, and I'm glad that that's where I stopped. But they never disappointed. Always a fantastic concert. But as far as this album goes, I think it's just balls to the wall great. Every song means something to me, and I gave this 100 watts.
Oh, even with my favorite song on there.
I love every song on this album.
Okay, Fee, it's up to you, buddy. Where this album's gonna fall? A lot of pressure tonight.
No pressure. Honestly, this album's much better than I remember it being. I don't know why I just kind of clumped everything into one big old Slippery When Wet album, but I did. 500-watt songs, a couple of and then 5 more that are really above average. But yeah, I ended up when I added everything together, I ended up at 85.5 watts.
Oh, so I was right where I was a little nervous. So I thought you heard it exactly like I did, and we did.
Yeah.
Around 85 watts. Perfect. Okay, Ed, please calculate those scores and tell us how many watts this album is pushing.
All right. Bon Jovi's New Jersey album is pushing 89.95 watts.
That's hot. That's hot. That amp is hot. That Marshall head is smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, where does that landed on the list?
That puts it on the Breaking Vinyl album chart at number 6. Just under the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and above Def Leppard's Pyromania.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I guess. I mean, I think it's better than Pyromania. Definitely not as good as Sgt. Pepper. So, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Dave, you've got the next pick, correct?
Yes, I do.
All right. Talk to me. What are we going to be listening to?
I picked an album from 1979 containing the hits I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide, and also Cheap Sunglasses. It's ZZ Top's Diguelo.
Okay, ZZ Top. What album again?
Diguelo.
Can you spell that?
Deguello.
And you decided not to do Eliminator.
I did.
The number one song with the most number one hits ever recorded. You guys perplex me on a weekly basis.
This one's better.
I'm looking forward. Is it really? I'm looking forward to it because I'm a big fan of ZZ Top, at least Eliminator. Okay, so for the listeners, we are having trouble with scheduling, as you notice. We've been gone for almost a month. So to make sure we keep this dysfunctional train rolling on into the future, we have decided to do every other week going forward. And if one of the guys can't make it or something comes up, then we're just not going to do it that week, and tune in the following week and you'll get your fucking podcast. It's free. So until you people want to start doing a Patreon and sending us some fucking Jersey Mike subs, this is what you get. This is what I can offer you. Okay. I can offer you possibly 2 podcasts a month. So there you go. So we will be off next week. We'll be back the following week with ZZ Top. But the good news is, if you need your dose of Dez, I will be there for you every week on Hey, Did You Ever See That Movie? So you can find me every week over there annoying a different group of people. We will be back next week Hey, did you ever see that movie where we will be reviewing the 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers with an amazing Donald Sutherland and a very young Jeff Goldblum?
Nice.
Woo! It's a banger. So there you go. Until next time, take those albums out of the sleeve and let the music breathe. See you later.
Bye bye.
Adios.
Later.